Once upon a time in a faraway land, deep within an enchanted forest, lived a little girl named Ilara. Now, Ilara wasn't your ordinary girl. You see, Ilara had a peculiar hobby. She loved collecting shiny things. Her room was filled with all sorts of treasures, sparkling gems, shimmering seashells, and even a few dragon eggs, which she swore were just the right color of sunset. One day, while skipping through the forest, humming a merry tune, Ilara stumbled upon a clearing she'd never seen before. In the center stood a magnificent oak tree, its branches heavy with golden leaves, and at its base lay a tiny cottage made of twigs and moss, so small it looked like a bird's nest. Curiosity got the better of her, so she tiptoed to the door and knocked. Just then, a little bluebird perched on the windowsill chirped, "Who's there?" Startled, Ilara jumped back. "It's just me," she said. "May I come in?" The bluebird flew to the door and peeked out. "What brings you to our humble abode?" it asked suspiciously. Ilara took a deep breath. I saw the cottage and couldn't help but wonder if anyone was home," she replied. The bluebird seemed satisfied with this answer and hopped aside, allowing Ilara to enter. Walls were lined with shelves holding all sorts of magical trinkets, glowing crystals, rainbow feathers, and even a pickled goblin toe. But what caught Ilara's eye was a beautiful harp in the corner. Its strings made of moonlight and spider silk, its body carved with scenes from fairy tales. Ilara had never seen anything so exquisite. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the cottage. "Who's there?" Startled, Ilara turned around, but there was no one there. "Who's asking?" she called out. The voice chuckled. "It's me. Who else would it be?" A moment later, a tiny woman with gossamer wings and a mischievous grin appeared on the harp. "You must be Ilara," she said. "I've been expecting you." Overjoyed, Ilara threw her arms around the fairy. "Yes! Yes, of course!" she exclaimed, and so they did. Ilara and her new sister ruled over the fairies, sharing their wisdom and kindness throughout the realm. Ilara finally understood that true happiness wasn't about collecting shiny things, but about having someone to share them with. They lived happily ever after, or at least they would have, if it weren't for the prophecy. You see, when the two sisters took the throne, the Seelie Court, as everyone called them, prospered. Their combined wisdom brought peace and prosperity to the fairy realm. However, there was a prophecy that foretold the downfall of the Seelie Court. It said that one day Ilara would become so obsessed with her own power that she would betray her sister and plunge the fairy realm into darkness. Now, Ilara loved being queen. She enjoyed the power and the respect that came with it. But most of all, she loved using her power to help her people. Every day she would visit the fairy market, talking to her people, hearing their concerns and using her magic to make their lives better. One day, while walking through the market, Ilara heard a group of fairies gossiping. "Did you hear about Queen Maeve?" one of them said. "She's been meeting with the Seelie Duke in secret." Another chimed in, "The nerve of that woman. Everyone knows he's nothing but trouble." Ilara felt a surge of anger. She knew that the fairies were right. The Seelie Duke was trouble. He was power-hungry and would stop at nothing to get what he wanted. Ilara had seen him try to bribe her sister, Queen Maeve, with promises of power and wealth in exchange for her support in the upcoming Unseelie Court. When Ilara confronted Queen Maeve about it, her sister laughed it off, saying it was just a silly fairy tale. But Ilara couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. She decided to investigate, following her sister's every move, and discovering her secret meetings with the Seelie Duke. Fueled by her desire to protect her people, and fueled by jealousy and anger towards her sister, Ilara betrayed her, plunging the fairy realm into darkness.